Everything changed the moment Amber Marshall finally confirmed it. Fans had been waiting for months, asking, hoping, wondering, would Heartland return for season 19? And more importantly, would Amy Fleming's story continue? Amber didn't just drop a hint, she gave us a full confirmation, and it sent shockwaves through the entire Heartland fandom. Amber Marshall, who has played Amy Fleming since the very first episode of Heartland, finally confirmed what everyone had been hoping for. In a recent online post and interview, Amber officially announced that filming for season 19 has begun. Her exact words were simple, but powerful. "We're back on the ranch. Season 19 is officially in the works, and I can't wait for you all to see what's coming." That one sentence caused a storm across fan communities the moment the news went public. Fans from all over the world flooded social media. Comments poured in, some were crying happy tears, some shared their favorite Amy moments, and others started speculating what could happen next in season 19. Heartland has always had a deep emotional bond with its viewers. An Amber confirmation reminded everyone why they've stayed loyal for almost 2 decades. But this wasn't just another season reveal. The way Amber delivered the news had a personal touch. She didn't just confirm season 19, she made it feel like a homecoming. In a short video clip from the set, she was seen standing in front of Heartland's iconic barn. She smiled and said, "It feels good to be home." That one moment hit longtime viewers straight in the heart. What makes this confirmation even more special is the timing. After season 18 ended with so many open questions, especially around Amy's healing journey and family dynamics, fans were desperate for closure or a new beginning. There were even rumors that the show might take a break or end. But Amber's words erased all those fears. Behind the scenes, CBC had been quiet for months, with no official updates. Even the show's social media stayed silent. So when Amber finally spoke, it wasn't just news, it was a wave of relief. It proved that Heartland wasn't just continuing, it was alive and breathing, with the same soul and heart that fans fell in love with back in season 1. And while Amber didn't give away any spoilers just yet, she promised this season would be full of surprises. In her own words, "There's so much heart in this one. I think longtime fans are going to feel it right away." That's a strong hint that season 19 will not only bring the familiar warmth but also explore deeper, maybe even emotional, new chapters. This confirmation opens the door to everything fans have been hoping for: more family moments, more growth for Amy, and more stories set in the beautiful Alberta landscapes we've all missed. But what exactly can we expect? And who else is coming back? It wasn't just a press release. It wasn't just a post. It was Amber Marshall, standing under the golden Alberta sun, wearing her signature denim jacket, looking into the camera with the calm confidence that only Amy Fleming could carry. Her voice didn't shake, but the fans did. Because when Amber speaks, Heartland listens. In the short behind-the-scenes clip posted to her social media, Amber didn't just confirm the return of the show, she shared a piece of her own heart. She said, "I've grown up with this character. Amy has been with me through so much of my life. And now, stepping back into her world for season 19, it just feels right." That sentence didn't sound like a celebrity promoting a new project. It sounded like a woman reuniting with a lifelong friend. Then came the line that had everyone talking. "This season, we're telling stories that matter, stories that reflect what Heartland has always been about: family, resilience, and love." That line hit different. It hinted that season 19 wouldn't just be more of the same. It would be deeper, maybe even more emotional than we've seen in years. Amber didn't stop there. She also took a moment to thank the fans directly. "We wouldn't be here without you. Every letter, every message, every bit of love you've sent us, it brought us back." That moment was raw and real. Because over the years, especially after the painful exit of Ty Borden, many fans had wondered whether the show would ever feel whole again. But Amber made it clear: the bond between Heartland and its fans is stronger than ever. Interestingly, in one subtle moment that eagle-eyed viewers noticed, Amber glanced over her shoulder at the barn behind her and said, "You're going to see things this season that you never expected." She smiled after saying it, but gave no explanation. Was it just a tease? Or was it a quiet nod to a big surprise, maybe a returning character or a major plot twist? Even more curious was her final message. This season, Amy finds herself facing something new, something personal. No spoilers, no clear hints, just a carefully chosen phrase that left the fandom buzzing. Was it a new love interest? A health scare? A family challenge? We don't know, but the way Amber said it with calm intensity makes you believe it's going to be a turning point. Her words weren't just an announcement, they were an invitation to return to the ranch, to sit at the table with the Flemings, and to experience a new chapter filled with heart, growth, and maybe a few unexpected tears. And now, after hearing from Amber herself, fans can't stop wondering, what will this something new look like? The next part of our story dives into that exact question as we explore the first look details of Season 19 and what's already been confirmed about the next journey at Heartland. The camera pans slowly across the fields, green, wide and peaceful. Then suddenly, a horse bolts across the pasture, and for a moment, it feels like nothing has changed. But then you see it, Amy, standing alone by the barn, looking out at the horizon. That's when you realize Heartland Season 19 isn't just a continuation. It's a quiet rebirth. The first look images and leaks from set aren't flashy. They're soft, warm, and deeply personal. A photo surfaced of Amy brushing a young foal beside Lindy, who now looks older, more confident, like her mother. Another shows Jack sitting on the porch with a letter in his hand, looking more serious than usual. And then, the most talked about one, Lou standing beside a stranger, someone new, someone fans haven't seen before. Could this be the season Heartland introduces a new major character? According to insiders and behind-the-scenes crew chatter, Season 19 will focus heavily on healing, legacy, and unexpected challenges. One source close to production said, "This season feels like the early Heartland years, but with emotional depth we've never touched before. That suggests a return to slow-burn storytelling, less drama, more meaning." It's not about shock twists, it's about the kind of stories that stay with you long after the credits roll. Set designers have rebuilt some familiar spaces but with subtle changes. The ranch kitchen has been updated, giving it a slightly more modern look. Tim's truck is gone. In its place, a new silver vehicle, sleek, maybe belonging to someone new. One crew member even hinted that the writers are weaving fresh blood into the show in a way that doesn't feel forced. They're grounding the new with the old, so longtime viewers feel like they're still home. And the horses? They're not just background this season. Amy is reportedly working with a new rescue program involving wild horses, something that pushes her into unfamiliar territory. A storyline that's about more than training, it's about confronting the parts of herself she's kept buried since Ty's death. This arc could lead to emotional breakthroughs not just for Amy, but for the entire Fleming family. The cinematography is also shifting. One director teased that Season 19 is going deeper into the landscape, using natural light more than ever before. That means more sunrise scenes, more foggy mornings, and more emotional moments captured with nothing but sky and silence. This creative choice matches the rumored theme, rediscovery, rediscovering love, purpose, and the meaning of home. One exciting tidbit fans caught onto: a scene filmed near a cliffside overlooking the river, the same one from past pivotal episodes. The location hints at something big, either a farewell or a return. And considering how careful Heartland has been with its symbolism, that's no coincidence. So while Season 19 might not come with explosions or big city drama, its first look proves something even more important. Heartland is returning to its emotional roots, where small gestures mean everything, and where the land, the family, and the journey are what truly matter. She doesn't ride into the sunset like a hero. She walks slowly, quietly toward a new morning. That's Amy Fleming now, not just a horse whisperer, not just a mother, but a woman finally standing face to face with herself. Season 19 promises something that Heartland hasn't fully explored before: Amy's inner world. For years, we've watched her heal horses, help others, and carry her grief in silence. But in this new season, For the first time, the story shifts inward. The question isn't can she move on from Ty? It's who is Amy without him? According to a leaked episode draft and a quote from Amber Marshall herself, Amy's arc this season is about letting go of fear, not forgetting Ty, but no longer letting his absence define her every step. That subtle shift opens the door to powerful, quiet moments. A journal Amy finds from her teenage years. A conversation she never expected to have with her own daughter, Lindy, about love, loss, and starting again. But this isn't a rushed transformation. The writers are taking their time. Amy doesn't suddenly fall in love or change overnight. Instead, it's the small things. A new horse that refuses to trust her. A family argument that forces her to speak up. A stranger who asks her one hard question and doesn't accept her silence as an answer. There's also growing speculation about a possible romantic storyline. Nothing flashy. Nothing forced. Just potential. A quiet connection. Someone who sees Amy as she is now, strong, scarred, still healing. Someone who isn't there to replace Ty, but to respect his memory while building something new. The showrunners haven't confirmed anything, but fans noticed a particular male guest star appearing in multiple early filming shots often near Amy. Lindy's role in Amy's journey is more central now too. The daughter who once toddled behind Amy is asking questions, real ones. Questions about her father, about why her mom cries at certain songs, and about the meaning of love after loss. And Amy? She doesn't have all the answers. But for the first time, she's trying to find them, not just for Lindy, but for herself. Jack, ever the heart of the family, plays a major part in this transition. One source described a key moment between Amy and Jack where he finally opens up about losing Marion, Amy's mother, and how long it took him to let himself feel joy again. That scene is said to be one of the most emotional in the entire series, reminding viewers that healing isn't linear, it's messy, it's quiet, and it's deeply personal. And that's what makes Amy's journey in season 19 so different. She's not saving others this time. She's learning to save herself. And maybe, just maybe, learning to be okay with being happy again. What comes next for Amy is uncertain. But one thing is clear this season. She's no longer hiding her pain in the barn or behind her work. She's facing it, riding with it, and daring to hope again. The barn doors are opening again, but not everyone is walking through them. As season 19 begins to take shape, the biggest question fans are asking isn't just about Amy. It's about who's coming back, and who might be gone for good. The first confirmations were comforting. Jack Bartlett? He's back, as solid as ever. The Rock of Heartland Ranch, played by Sean Johnston, was spotted filming early on, and even posted a quiet photo of his boots beside the porch rail. No caption, just an old cowboy hat and the Alberta sunset. That image said everything. Jack is still here, and his wisdom will be needed more than ever. Lisa, played by Jessica Steen, also returns. But rumor has it her storyline will take a more dramatic turn this time. One crew member whispered that Lisa will face a hard decision that shakes up her relationship with Jack. It's not divorce drama. Heartland doesn't work that way, but it's the kind of emotional tension that reminds us love takes effort, even in later life. Lou, portrayed by Michelle Morgan, is another name on the returning list, but her presence is said to be divided. With her work commitments and the fictional pressures of being Hudson's mayor, Lou's appearances may be more limited this season. Yet her scenes are reportedly heavy with impact, especially those involving her daughter Katie, who's growing up fast and carving her own space in the family legacy. But now we come to the names that raise eyebrows. Georgie, Quinn, Parker. The younger generation that fans connected with in recent seasons are all surrounded by silence. There's been no official word on Alicia Newton's return as Georgie, and her absence from all behind-the-scenes shots is being noticed. Some speculate that Georgie's Olympic storyline has taken her off-screen for now. Others believe it's being saved for a major mid-season surprise. And Ty, while Graham Wardle's character remains a constant presence in Amy's heart, there's no sign of his physical return, not even in flashbacks. But the producers did hint that Ty's memory will shape several key choices Amy makes this season. So while fans may not see him, they'll definitely feel him. Then there's the curious addition of a new male character, seen briefly in several leaked set images. He's not wearing ranch gear, no cowboy hat. Instead, he carries a camera, a notebook, and a quiet expression. Some think he's a journalist. Others believe he's tied to the rescue horses Amy will work with this season. Could he be a new friend? A challenge? Or something more? One insider said, he's not just a guest role, he stays. That's got fans buzzing. Tim Fleming, Amy's dad, hasn't been confirmed either. While Chris Potter has played a steady role in past seasons, he's been absent from early production notes. His character has always stirred up conflict and growth, so if he's gone this time, Amy might be facing her season of change without one of her biggest critics. Still, the heart of Heartland is family, and even if not all faces return, the emotional bonds remain strong. This season feels like a crossroads, not just for Amy, but for the entire cast. Some are stepping deeper into the story. Others may be stepping out, making room for new voices and new memories. But with so many unknowns, one thing is certain: every return, every absence, every new face has been carefully chosen to push the story forward in a way that honors the past, while letting the future breathe. It's not just the actors who are telling stories this season, it's the silence between scenes, the light behind the lens, and the choices being made where the audience never looks. Season 19 of Heartland isn't just a return, it's a quiet revolution behind the scenes. And the people pulling the strings? They've got something powerful in store. First, let's talk tone. One of the assistant directors recently posted a behind-the-scenes image of the crew setting up a dawn shot over the foothills. The caption was short but telling: "This year, we shoot slower, we feel more." That single comment revealed something big. Season 19 isn't rushing, it's breathing. The show is leaning into natural light, long silences, and deeper emotions. Even in the editing room, scenes are being held a few seconds longer to let reactions settle. It's a small detail, but it changes everything. The directors are also experimenting with perspective. A drone crew has been spotted filming from high above the ranch, a new angle that's rarely used in Heartland. This could signal wider, more symbolic storytelling. Amy looking small beneath vast skies, Jack walking alone through empty fields, Lou standing at a crossroads, both literally and emotionally. These aren't just shots, they're emotions disguised as visuals. Costume designers have confirmed subtle wardrobe changes for Amy and Lindy. Amy's signature denim look has been softened, less polished, more lived in. Lindy is often seen wearing clothes similar to what Amy wore as a teen, symbolizing that her daughter is now mirroring her mother's early journey. It's more than fashion, it's storytelling through texture. The writer's room has also shifted direction. According to one leak, the main showrunner asked writers to base at least 3 episodes this season on real fan letters. These aren't just scripts, they're love letters back to the audience. That kind of intimate, grounded writing is what made Heartland special in the first place. And now, it's coming full circle. One crew member even hinted that the show is pulling inspiration from seasons 2 through 5, the golden years of Heartland, when stories were less about plot twists and more about emotional truth. There's an effort to recapture that magic, not by copying it, but by honoring it. And that means revisiting old themes with fresh eyes. Grief, trust, second chances, and the land itself as a living, healing presence. There's also a whisper about a legacy episode. No one knows exactly what it means, but it's rumored to include callbacks to Marion, Ty, and even moments from season 1. Whether this will be done through dreams, letters, or stories told around a fire, the goal is to stitch the past into the present so tightly that fans feel every thread. And finally, the most interesting clue comes from Amber Marshall herself. In a private cast moment caught on a hot mic during filming, she said, "This feels like the season we've been building toward." That wasn't part of a promo. That was raw, real, and said with conviction. So while the audience waits for trailers and teasers, the truth is already out there, and the choices being made when no one's watching. From the way a camera lingers to how a sunset is timed, everything about season 19 points to one truth: Heartland is no longer just continuing, it's evolving. The wind on the ranch doesn't speak, but if it could, it would whisper this. Something is different this time. As Heartland enters season 19, it's not just another chapter in a long-running series. It feels like the beginning of something personal, something reflective. Like the show is holding a mirror up to itself and asking, who have we become? So what can fans expect next? Not explosions, not wild plot twists, but something far more powerful, growth that feels real. First, prepare for deeper storytelling. The writers are leaning into emotional truths over drama. That means fewer love triangles, more honest conversations, fewer cliffhangers, more quiet, powerful moments. Amy, Jack, Lou, and even Lil Lindy aren't just moving through scenes. They're evolving, and so is the land around them. Every location, every silence, every pause is saying something now. Expect that storytelling rhythm to slow down so you can feel more. Second, expect new faces, but not in the flashy, shake up the show kind of way. New characters this season seem carefully chosen, not just for drama, but for balance. There's talk of a calm, thoughtful stranger who arrives at the ranch with questions only Amy can answer. There's mention of a new horse, wild, broken, and mirroring Amy's own emotional state. These aren't plot devices, they're reflections, symbols, the kind of characters who fit into Heartland not by force, but by feel. Third, don't be surprised if you cry. Season 19 is said to contain some of the most emotional episodes since Ty's final goodbye. And not because someone dies, but because someone finally heals. There's a rumored scene where Amy stands in the barn alone, talking not to anyone but to the past. It's not about letting go. It's about holding on in a different way. That's the new emotional truth this season is chasing. There are also whispers of flashback-inspired moments, not full scenes, but visual nods. A song from season 3, a jacket that used to belong to Ty, a trail Amy once rode as a teenager now walked by Lindy. The idea is not to relive the past, but to honor it while stepping forward. And finally, expect this season to speak to you, the fan. Season 19 isn't just made for ratings, it's made for those who've stuck around since season 1. The people who remember Marion's voice, Mallory's laugh, and the first time Amy touched Spartan. The showrunners know this, and that's why this season feels like a letter home. One that reads, "We remember, and we're still here." As the trailer inches closer and the release date draws near, fans should prepare not for a new beginning, but for a beautiful continuation. One where healing is slow, love is quiet, and family, no matter how messy, is worth everything. So get ready, because when Heartland returns with season 19, it won't just feel familiar, it will feel earned. And maybe, just maybe, it'll feel like coming home. There are shows you watch, and then there are shows you live with. Heartland has never just been entertainment, it's been comfort, courage, and family. And now, with season 19 just around the corner, that feeling is deeper than ever. Amber Marshall didn't just confirm another season, she confirmed that Heartland still has something to say. The landscapes may look the same, but the journey is different now. It's slower, wiser, grown, like Amy herself. This season isn't about chasing a new beginning, it's about owning every step that brought the family here. Every love, every loss, every lesson. And that's what makes it so powerful. The quiet shots of Lindy brushing a fool, Jack holding a weathered photo, Amy closing her eyes beside Spartan. These aren't just scenes, they're promises. Promises that the heart of Heartland still beats strong. That even after 18 seasons, there's still more to feel, more to say, and more to remember. For fans who've been there since the beginning, or even those who just found the show in recent years, season 19 is a thank you. A whisper back to every message, every letter, every late night rewatch. This season was built for you. So what now? Now, we wait for the trailer, for the first episode, for that familiar moment when the music swells and the Alberta sky lights up once more. But as we wait, we do so with hearts full, because we know what's coming isn't just another season. It's a return to the place that's always felt like home. And if you felt even one moment of connection with this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because as long as we keep sharing it, Heartland will never truly end it. We'll keep riding on, just like Amy, through wind, through memory, and always toward home.